Hey folks, Adam here, back again, gonna do a quick pickups video. I got enough stuff together that I can finally do a pickups video, so I thought I'd do one, and we're gonna roll right into it. I think one of these, I left the game out in the machine. Oh well, doesn't really matter. Alright, so, I know I haven't done a pickups video in a minute, but the thing is I just been picking up like one thing, so I thought I'd let it build up a little bit. I think this is the oldest. The oldest one. No, actually, this is probably the oldest one. I need to clean the stickers off this case. I bought this probably a month or so ago, but I stuck it in. It seemed okay. I ended up buying the second one at Toys R Us in my Toys R Us video. But I had picked up the first one originally, and I was like, well, it's not too bad, but I'm sure the second one is usually always an upgrade, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and that was Dark Souls. Now, I don't know how much I paid for this. I'm pretty sure I got it at the pawn shop on the Cash America pawn shop on Noland Road. I think it was like $5 because I asked him how much it was. I'm pretty sure this is a game. I asked him how much it was, and he goes, well, there's no price on it, it's $5. And I was like, okay. So, I went ahead and got it, and it's in good shape. I mean, it's complete. It plays fine. I stuck it in, and it worked fine. I just didn't give it a big hurrah, because I've got so much other crap, and I was in the middle of playing XCOM at the time, so I didn't really play it. And, so then, I decided to go, and I was playing Portal. I was playing Portal 2 with my cousin's son and stuff, and I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and... No, I had already bought it at that point. I think I was talking with somebody about Portal, and I wanted to get the orange box for the PS3. I just wanted to I wanted to just get Portal, but you couldn't download it from the PlayStation Store. They actually didn't have even the orange box at the PlayStation Store, so I ended up going on eBay, which is about the best place to go nowadays, and I found a copy. A guy had put a new post, because everybody was trying to get a good price on the orange box, and the prices were going for $25 to $40, and I was like, and this guy had a new post to buy it now. He wanted like $8 shipping, but he only wanted $11 for the game, so I figured in the end it was under 20, so that was a good deal. So it came, I don't think I had any problems with this one arriving on time or anything, and it came in good shape. But the thing is when I've been playing this, I noticed that the audio on the Portal, sometimes when I'm in the middle of playing, it will start crackling, and I don't know why. I thought about maybe trying to adjust my my stereo, like maybe it's putting out too much high end or something, I don't know. But it doesn't do it on the Portal I have for the 360, just on this one. And the disc looks almost, like brand new, so I don't know why it makes that slight crackling sound, but it does. And so that kind of put me off playing it a little bit, but it looks fine, so I don't know for a fact that there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there is. Or if there is, it's like a fluky thing. I don't know what. It makes me wonder if that's why the guy was selling it. But I did play Portal 2 with my cousin's son for a little while on co-op, and I had never really played it before, but it was kind of nuts because I kept looking at his screen, not mine, so I didn't know what I was what I was doing exactly. I guess I'm getting old. Yeah, on that weekend, though, when he came out, we went over to Resell Electronics, and he recommended a game, and I personally I kind of gave up on this a while ago, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a stealth genre, and I don't really care for stealth that much, but he said that this one was a little more open world, And so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I got to keep track of the time here, folks. Sorry. And that is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. He said this one was a little more open world and you didn't have to rely on stealth as much. So I went ahead and picked it up. It was $5. And it has some kind of card, but I'm sure that code's been claimed. And then it had this fold-out, like, map thing with it. Big old fold-out map deal. So, since I had the map and everything, it was $5. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. And, yeah. So we picked up that. I haven't even played this, to be honest. I haven't even started it because I got back into Skyrim. I didn't even put it... I put it in the machine, I think, to make sure it worked, and that was it. Same thing with this one. Another title. I don't know if it's any good or not, and I really couldn't tell what it was really like. It seemed more like Left 4 Dead or something. I don't know. But I decided to pick it up anyway because it was like $3 or $4. And that is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. It's in good shape. It's complete. Like I said, it was like $4 or something for the PS3, so I went in and picked it up. I like Resident Evil, so I usually buy whatever Resident Evil stuff I see if I don't have it. So I went and picked that up. And yeah, I was talking about loaning stuff out and different things, and I decided when my cousin was here, I'd recommended the game Singularity, which I recommended a couple times on here for the PS3 or 360. I think it's a good game. It's not super long. It's fun. It's first person. It's got an interesting time mechanic where you can rewind and fast forward time. I think it's pretty cool, but I recommended it to him, but he didn't have the cash to pick it up. He bought Skyrim and a couple other things, and he didn't have the cash to get it. And I think I paid like $4 or $5 for it at the pawn shop. So I was like, you know, when he was getting ready to leave, I go, you want to borrow this? And he goes, I'll just borrow it some other time. I bought these games, da, 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 da. And I was like, I don't see Joe that often. And I was like, you know, why don't you just take it? Why don't you just have it? You know, I've only paid like $4 or $5 for it, and I had it on the 360. So I went in and gave Joe my copy of Singularity. And this is all building up to another story from this weekend. But in the interim, he had come over. I started playing Skyrim again. I was playing it on my PlayStation 3 because I had the Legendary Edition. And the thing is, my character on there was only like level 30 or something. I had a level 50 character on the 360. And I was like, well, you know, I didn't really want to... I didn't know what I was doing with either one. But during the course of playing it again, starting over from the beginning, the game, it kind of hesitated or froze up a couple times. And I never remember having any problems with it on 360. So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and see how much the Legendary Edition for the 360 is. And I was able to find one online on eBay, free shipping, and it was like $10, or however it worked out. It was $10 even to buy it. So I ended up buying Legendary Edition, which came on Saturday, and this weekend. So I was able to install the DLC packs and stuff, but I can still use my original Skyrim disc. It is complete, though. I mean, it does have all the discs. I probably could have just looked and maybe found the one for disc 2 for the DLC. So basically bought the DLC for $10, but at least I'm able to take that level 50 character now if I want and utilize the DLC content, which is nice. And I started over. I'm like at level 15 right now. I still don't really know what in the hell I'm doing. It just seems like there's so much to do that you don't really have to have a plan to do anything. And I think I spent 3 or 4 hours yesterday doing nothing. So anyway, so the build up to this is I decided on Sunday to go over to Resell Electronics again to get a game. I went over there with a specific thing in mind because I had bought Skyrim and I was looking through the directions, and I was looking through the other one as well, the directions, and there was a little flyer for this game called Dishonored, and it looked pretty interesting. And I had spoken with one of you all on here about Dishonored and said I'd never really played it, and you told me I should give it a go. And I decided, hey, maybe I'll go pick up Dishonored. That was kind of my idea. I don't know why, because I'm in the middle of playing Skyrim, and I had no reason. But I just kind of wanted to go out and kind of go shopping. And got over there. They're busy as hell for some reason. Well, they weren't when I got there, but they were dealing with a woman with her phone that was having some problem with it. And then this other guy comes in, and he's got a laptop, and he's like trying to talk to him about selling it, and he's like, I was in here, and he goes, just give me this much for it. And the guy's like, I don't know, I gotta look it up, you know. And the guy keeps saying, well, so-and-so said this price, and he's like, well, he's not here today. And they end up calling the guy on the phone, and the whole time I'm just sitting there wanting to get a game out of the case, and I'm having to wait through all this. And the guy's trying to exchange a camera, you know, for a $50 video game, and the guy's like, we don't want your camera. He keeps telling the guy that he doesn't want the camera. He goes, we can't even give the cameras away. He goes, everybody's got a camera on their cell phone, so we can't even give cameras away to people, you know, with deals. He goes, look in that case there, and they had a deal, and they had a sign that said, like, free camera with $50 purchase or something. And he's like, and most of the time, people, when we say they get a camera, they're like, we don't even want it, you know. So the guy's like, whatever. I think he ended up selling the laptop for like $100, and he's like, give me $5 for the camera. And the guy's like, no. He goes, it's not even worth $5 to us. You know, that's what he's telling the guy. And the guy's like, you know, he's like, well, you know, whatever. And then he's like, and then the guy ends up leaving, and there's another family that comes in the meantime while I'm standing over by the case. They immediately jump to them. She's selling a laptop. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, so finally I walk back over into their line of sight because I'm over in this other part of the, standing right over by the case, but it's on the other side because it's like an island thing. And I'm like, maybe if I go over to the other side, they'll see me, and then I won't have to sit here forever. And so I went over there. They ended up helping with the one woman. They're still messing with one lady's cell phone. And the guy's finally, I go, I just want to get a game out of your case, and I'll get out of your hair. You know, and he goes, what do you want? Well, originally I had looked at the PS3 games, and I had found Dishonored. And I decided, well, okay, so it was $8. So I was like, well, all right. So I was going to get it, and that was it. And then I went over and saw that they had Dishonored on the PS4 for $10, but it was in the case, and that's when I was like, well, okay, I'll wait and get the PlayStation 4 version for $10, you know, only $2 difference. And then all that shit went down. And then in the meantime, so I went back over and was looking at the other games. I saw they had Singularity over there for $4, and I was like, well, you know, I'd just given Joe mine, but I was like, I'll buy it again. You know, it's $4, no big deal. It's complete, and the copy looked nice, so I was like, all right. And I get up to the counter, of course, after all this, I got the Singularity and the Dishonored game, and they're like, well, actually, it's a buy two, get one free, you know, situation today. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, I don't know what I want. I go ahead and help the next guy because I didn't know, and I got to go look. And I go over there, and I'm kind of looking around, and I kind of just grabbed this on a whim, but I had looked at it before, and that is this game here. Now, this game's in the machine out there, so I don't have the disc, but I picked up Darksiders 2, the limited edition. If you all know anything about Darksiders or Darksiders 2, leave some comments, because I really don't know a whole lot about it, but the case looked nice and shiny and foily, and it was free. Actually, it even says free on it. That's funny, because it was a buy two, get one free, and then this actually says free on it, but it's a free something. DLC code or something, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. So I picked it up, and then here's the Dishonored for the PlayStation 4. Also, its disc is out in the other room. XCOM 2 is in the case because I popped the XCOM 2 disc out of the machine to put Dishonored in there, but trust me, folks, I do have the disc. I started playing this. It didn't seem too bad. It seemed like almost more like Bioshocky starting off. It felt like a mix between like a Fallout and a Bioshock. I know it's a Bethesda game, so it seemed pretty neat. And I think I'll enjoy it. So we picked up a little slew of games over the past month or 3 weeks. 4 PlayStation 3 games, 2 360 games, and 1 PS4 game. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to sign off. I got to get out of here and head to work, believe it or not. So the cats are fighting in the other room, and I got to go. So thanks for coming by, folks. If you got any comments on any of these games or any tips or anything, let me know. And I don't know about that weird popping sound on that one game. I just thought maybe if I adjust my EQ on the stereo, it'll go away, but I haven't messed with it, so, because I've been totally involved in Skyrim. So anyway, thanks for coming by, folks, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?